We're pulled, as I said, to go and eat some junk food or watch TV. We're always pulled to do the instant gratification thing, and that's not a mental thing. That's a learned adaptive behavior. It's not that our brains, there's this stuff that goes around, the endorphins and all that crap. It's nothing to do with that. So I brought myself away for a couple of days, hammock camping in the woods, to get away from everything. Life just sometimes becomes too much for me, and I'm sure for you. We find ourselves constantly doing, battling increasing workloads and stress and external pressures and just suffering, it feels sometimes. The human condition of suffering. And while I was out there in the woods, I thought, perfect time to record YouTube videos. I prefer being outside, I feel more natural. And then all of a sudden I feel what my teacher calls the lid shut down. So I had this life energy come up. I'm going to record a video, it's going to be outdoors, it's going to be brilliant, it's going to be amazing. But then, poof, something shuts that down. And if that resonates, let me know in the comments below if there's that thing in you where you really have an urge to do something. You think, I'm going to do this. Yep, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. But then when you come to do it, something shuts it down. You procrastinate, you start scrolling through social media, Netflix. You go and do something around the house, the cleaning, the washing. You do all the things that distract you from the thing that you were really fired up to do in the first place. Anything but the thing that you really wanted to do, which if you look at that intellectually, it makes no sense because you're really fired up to do it, you want to do it, and then all of a sudden, I'll go and find something more interesting to do. And that's what I was feeling in the woods a minute ago. And I stumbled across this spot and it just felt like a great place to talk about this. So ultimately the thing, as I alluded to before, the lid that comes down and stops you from doing the thing that you really want to do is a suppression. It's a fear underneath. So of course, we know the words procrastination, we know the words overthinking, and that's exactly what we do. We decide that we want to do this thing that we're really fired up about, and then we tell ourselves, we'll go and do something else. We procrastinate. And ultimately, procrastination is just a fear of perfectionism. And by that, I simply mean that we fear that if it's not perfect, if we don't do it in the best way, the best piece of work, the best project, whatever the thing is for you, if you're not perfect at it, then you freeze. You literally, your nervous system goes into freeze. You panic. I can't do it because if I'm not perfect, then I'm not good enough. Everyone will think I'm crap. Everyone will hate me. I'll hate me. Everyone will think I'm stupid. My family, my friends, everyone will laugh at me. I'm a failure. I'm no good. I'm useless. Boof. There's the lid. Because procrastination, perfectionism, overthinking, it all stems from the same thing. It's all mental. And I don't mean mental as in crazy. It's a bit crazy, but it's all heady stuff. It's all up here. It's all logic. It's all thinking. And actually what's happening, and just check if this is true for you, I invite you to check. What's actually happening when that comes up is we're disconnected. We're actually disconnected from our bodies, from ourselves, from our nervous system. For me, it's when that overthinking, procrastination, fear of perfectionism comes up, I get a nervous, really horrible nervous feeling in my stomach. It feels tight and I get really heady. And it's almost like nothing exists in between the two. So it's like my brain, my head, my mind is disconnected from my body. And that just makes it worse. Then I feel more anxious and more heady and overthink even more. And then I go and do something that will make me feel better. Eat a chocolate biscuit, drink coffee, whatever it might be. Something that I know will give me immediate pleasure. But in fact, what it is that we need to do And this is trauma stuff. If you've seen any of my other videos, I've talked about it. In fact, what you just need to do is just stop when that happens. If you get the anxiety and the disconnect and the overthinking and the procrastination, is just stop and just check in with yourself. Just check in with yourself. Take a few moments. And doing that now for me, I felt it then, just a wave of emotion just surged through my body. Because I get so heady, so stuck in overthinking about creating videos and them having to be perfect and to say the right things, it just becomes too much and I disconnect. But when I just take a few moments, and this is somatic stuff, this is nervous system stuff, it kind of linked with meditation and things, but meditation, mindfulness are a bit more forced. If you just take a few moments to check, okay, so I was feeling the anxiety, and now when I just check, it's not as overt, it's not shouting as much. And okay, my mind is quieting down a little bit more. And maybe that shows on camera. Maybe you can see that I've kind of, it's like I've landed in myself. Interestingly, I'm rocking. And rocking is a sign of nervous system falling back in line. Moving from the parasympathetic to the sympathetic. I always get those two the wrong way around. So I feel more relaxed. And I'm not my brain is kind of quieting down, my mind, my thoughts. And I'm more in my body, and I'm more aware of my surroundings. I can see the sheep in the fields and the stream, the brook. And you drop into that place. And now I'd feel ready, if I wasn't already, to do the thing I wanted to do. So to summarize, in summary, when we procrastinate, when we overthink, the fear of perfectionism, the fear of doing the thing, then we just have to take a few steps back and resist, or even notice that we're pulled, as I said, to go and eat some junk food or watch TV. We're always pulled to do the instant gratification thing, and that's not a mental thing. That's a learned adaptive behavior because we know it will feel more comfortable. It's not that our brains, there's this stuff that goes around, the endorphins and all that crap. It's nothing to do with that. It's not that our brains are seeking pleasure. It's that our nervous system, we know that our bodies will be more relaxed. The fear of overthinking and procrastination is too great. Our nervous systems are in a freeze. So we want to seek pleasure, to calm ourselves, to relax our nervous systems, to soothe it. So we do the things that we like. So my invitation, next time it happens for you, next time it comes up for you, is even if you go and eat the junk food and watch TV, just notice the urge, notice the pull, but notice it in your body. What are the body, not mental, not the heady stuff. You can be aware of that too, but I encourage you to be more aware of what's going on in your body, because there's a split, there's a disconnect. And until we reconnect everything, body, mind, spirit, that's when we feel more at ease. That's where we feel more comfortable. That's where we come from a place of creativity and love and connection with ourselves, which ultimately leads to connection to others. So play, see what happens. I encourage you to, I invite you to. Just doing that small process then on camera, maybe you saw it. I feel a lot more at ease and connected with myself, and certainly less heady. Yeah. So let me know in the comments below your thoughts on this and how you get on if you try it. And if you find this content interesting, then please, I invite you to subscribe. I'm going to crack on and go for a walk. Have a beautiful day. Big love.